All right, it's halftime. 49ers out of the Panthers 17-3. And all I have to say about this game is that it is going exactly how we predicted. The 49ers are better than the Panthers. And we talked about Carolina's offense being terrible. Carolina's offense has looked terrible. We talked about the 49ers knocking off the rust offensively against a pretty good Carolina defense, especially one that's really aggressive on third down situations. Kyle Shanahan said the other day, I mean, the blitzes that Carolina had been putting on tape in third down situations had been crazy, that they've been really aggressive compared to a league that was getting more vanilla. Well, the 49ers maintained their offensive efficiency and maintained their, I think, increase in offensive efficiency. They're knocking off rust. Jimmy Garoppolo is getting more time under his belt. George Kittle is getting more time under his belt. And the 49ers definitely moved the ball, set themselves up well offensively in the first half. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but if it weren't for special teams, and the 49ers field goal unit has been really bad this year, they ranked last in the league, number 32. They're probably going to leave this game ranked number 32 because Robbie Gould had one blocked. If it's not for that, then the 49ers offense / special teams with the field goals at the end of drives gives the 49ers a 2-possession lead on their own. Instead, the 49ers had to get it from the defense after Gould had the kick blocked. Baker Mayfield turned around. Baker Mayfield through to Emmanuel Mosley, pick six. And, let's just go back to one of my keys to the game because I put up a few of them. Key number one of this entire game was let Baker be Baker. 49ers pass rush closed in about 5 minutes, maybe even sooner before the interception. I said, you know what? I'm watching the flow of this game. 49ers pass rush is getting closer and closer to Baker Mayfield. He's in line for a panic pick. A panic interception is going to be coming because A, I know what the 49ers defense does. B, I've seen Baker Mayfield play. C, I've seen Baker Mayfield play this year. It's been particularly bad. He was in line for a panic interception. That panic interception happened. Pressure from many 49ers, including Charles Omenihu, 94 right there up in the middle. Baker sailed his receiver. Emmanuel Mosley picked it off. D'Amico Ryans got very excited. So why don't we just take a look at the keys to the game since the 49ers executed key one so well in the first half to let Baker be Baker. Let's see how they're doing in all the different keys. 2, take advantage of Carolina's sketchy safety situation. No Jeremy Chin, also no Xavier Woods. He was ruled out 90 minutes before the game. So 2 backup safeties for the Panthers. They run a ton of complex blitz packages on defense on third down. The 49ers have absolutely roasted them for this. And, one that didn't work out was, cover zero blitz. So the 49ers had Brandon Ayuk in single coverage. Garoppolo got drilled by the free rusher there. But the 49ers will take that matchup and that throw anytime. Garoppolo got it out there. It seemed to kind of just go through Ayuk's hands. I'm not going to blame him for a drop on the play. Sometimes football is football. There's chaos on the field, and probably would have taken a little bit of a play. But again, the 49ers will take that release, that throw, that one-on-one matchup all afternoon. And we've seen amazing third down throws already today from Jimmy Garoppolo in this football game. I even have a title for that. A, he's throwing darts. I mean, he got the ball through there to George Kittle on that one third down conversion. Then the Tevin Coleman one was particularly impressive. I would say that Garoppolo's accuracy is improving steadily week by week as he gets further and further from this shoulder injury. You could hear the announcers talking about Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have OTAs. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have training camp. And I think you've been able to tell through some of the accuracy issues, especially on the short throws that he had in his first couple outings. Today, I thought it was one of the most impressive throws of Jimmy Garoppolo's career. When he stood back there, took on the free rusher, somehow got it off, floated it up into there, and Tevin Coleman made a really nice grab down the sideline for the 49ers. I mean, this has been really, really good stuff from Jimmy Garoppolo in the first half. And, I also to say that George Kittle's explosive self has been back. They went to him 4 or 5 times there in the first half. The fumble was really rough. That fumble stopped another promising 49ers drive. It was after Jimmy hit George Kittle on the third down, just kind of threw that seed right in between a couple defenders for the first down. It looked like the 49ers might go up 14-0 on that drive. Obviously didn't happen because Kittle fumbled the ball away, but I think in the bigger picture, the explosiveness that the 49ers have seen out of George Kittle is a big arrow up. I think that this was natural, right? We expected this to take a little bit of time. Coming off the groin injury, has to rework the cohesion with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think a lot of people were making a lot out of nothing, much ado of nothing, right, regarding George Kittle. He was getting his targets in the first half, and he'll continue getting his targets moving forward. Also significant, they got Kyle Juszczyk involved early on a throw. just from a schematic perspective, you want to leverage all your weapons, especially since J.C. Horn, who's a really good corner for Carolina, seems to be shadowing Deebo Samuel in this game. So it's been important for Jimmy Garoppolo to spread the ball out elsewhere. In fact, I got another laptop right here. Let me take a look. I have my stat monitor down below me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different targets for Jimmy Garoppolo, 5 different receivers with receptions. Kittle has 6 targets, 5 for 47. Coleman, 3 for 44, including the 30-yarder that I've been talking about. Ayuk, 1 for 24. Wilson, 1 for 12. Juszczyk, 1 for 9. And Deebo Samuel almost had a catch, but was just out of bounds. But he did have the nice run for the 49ers on the end around 9 yards there on the play. By the way, Jeff Wilson showing some burst. I mean, I think that burst is back. The 49ers have passed the set up the run in 2 straight weeks now. That's been a big adjustment that Kyle Shanahan has made. He's, let Jimmy sit back in the gun. We say, let Jimmy cook. Well, he's 11 of 18 for 136 yards in the first half. Jimmy Garoppolo is. And that's, to me, is very significant. That's something I should even tweet. That he's on pace for 36 passes at halftime. And the 49ers needed to make that adjustment. They're really first down run heavy. And when you're first down run heavy, you get predictable, right? And I think they got a little bit predictable against Denver. And I think that was part of the reason that their offense couldn't get going against Denver. They showed up against the Rams, lined up in the gun, passed to open the game. Today, they passed to open the game at Carolina, and the pass has set up the run. And then Jeff Wilson gets to show some burst after the pass sets up the run. But Jimmy Garoppolo is playing really well. So let's set up this tweet. 11 of 18 for, I think, 136 for Jimmy Garoppolo, did I say? Yeah, for 136 yards. The 49ers have a 2-possession lead, so don't expect as many second half throws, but that is an illustration of pass sets up the run. Garoppolo on pace for a 36 throw game and executing well. Boom. All right, that's out on Twitter. Make sure you follow on Twitter. Make sure you subscribe to The Athletic. I have a couple more notes here. Jimmy Ward is out with a hand injury. We're going to find out what exactly that was. He played only 2 snaps, but we did get a look at the creative way that the 49ers do plan to use Jimmy Ward, especially while he works his way back into the mix. He was at a third linebacker / slot cornerback position, a hybrid of both, which I think suits his skill set really well since he is such a versatile player. But then he left with a hand injury, not a hamstring injury, the hand injury for Jimmy Ward. So maybe if it is a broken hand, I don't know what it is. I'm speculating. But if it is a broken hand, he's going to be able to play with a club sooner rather than later. And that might make the 49ers decision as to where to play Jimmy Ward easier. You could play him in this hybrid role closer to the line of scrimmage so that he's not having to be in coverage as much because it's going to be hard to catch and deliver an interception in coverage. Emmanuel Mosley, though, that was a pick 6 for him. That was really impressive in the first half. One thing I'm noticing, this is what I wrote in the preview, the Panthers have a solid offensive line. So it took a while for the 49ers pass rush to get to Carolina, especially because it seemed that Carolina was, getting away with some third down rushes, catching the 49ers by surprise. We talked about Screen City to Christian McCaffrey. The Panthers were doing all of that. But again, they've only scored 3 points in the first half. So the 49ers have bent a little bit. They haven't broken. 4.4 yards per play isn't good at all from Carolina, a little bit higher than what the 49ers had given up coming in at 3.8. But that O-line did a solid job protecting Baker Mayfield until they didn't, until the 49ers forced passing situations. And then their defensive line is better than Carolina's O-line. And I think they're going to be in position to do more of the same here in the second half because now they're up by 2 possessions, right? Now they can pin their ears back and get after the passer. And this is where Baker Mayfield can throw some more panic interceptions. So we'll see how it works in the second half. I don't think Garoppolo is going to be thrown 18 times in the second half. If he is, something's probably wrong. I think the 49ers want to start grinding clock in this game. Again, letting that defense pin its ears back, do its thing. So key 1 entering this game. Remember, I wrote these before the game. Let Baker be Baker. 49ers doing that. Take advantage of the sketchy safety situation. 49ers doing that. They're burning Carolina on these third downs. I mean, I have the stats here. How are they doing on third downs? The 49ers are 3 of 6. 3 of 6 on third down. That'll get it done. 50% will get it done. Block Brian Burns. Kind of going okay. They're scheming around it. Garoppolo's releasing around it. He got drilled a couple times, but Jalen Moore got beat by Brian Burns on that one third down pretty cleanly. It was like 3rd and 14, though. The lesson there is to stay out of 3rd and 14 with your third string left tackle. Be careful with J.C. Horn. That was one of my keys. The 49ers are clearly doing that. They're throwing to guys not named Deebo Samuel in this game. And key 5, keep stuffing the run. In the first half, Carolina was 12 carries for 39 yards, 3.3 per rush. That's not great for either side. It's not great for Carolina rushing. It's not this awesome 49ers run defense. But I think a lot of that was the Panthers catching the 49ers by surprise. And again, the score right now is 17-3. 49ers up on Carolina. So Carolina's not going to be able to run as much in the second half. So I think the 49ers have essentially accomplished the mission on all 5 of those keys. And I think that we could say this game is going exactly how we predicted. All right, everybody, enjoy the second half. Time to go watch. 49ers 17, Panthers 3. Be back again after the game. Take care.